Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of God of Ragnarok. In today's video guys, I'm going to give you guys a very strong build. It's well balanced. This build, it does a lot of damage and also does a lot of healing. With that being said, let me get straight into it and explain every single thing in detail. So we're going to talk about the weapons here first. But before I move on to the weapons, let me talk about my level. I'm level 8 at the moment. My strength is 488, as you guys can see there on the left hand side. The Leviathan axe is at level 7. It gives me a strength of 100. And I'm using the FURIOUS MAUL attachment, which gives me a strength of 63. Let me talk about the FURIOUS axe attachment here real quick. So we got Slayer strength from the FURIOUS MAUL. High luck chance to grant a gift of strength on any axe kill. So if you happen to kill an enemy, that will have a chance, a very high chance of boosting your strength and getting extra strength to do more damage, especially your melee attacks. So the light runic attack, as you guys can see there, we have Wrath of the Frost Ancient. The damage for that is maxed out and the frost we get from that is maxed out. We don't get any stun from that, but that's okay. Greatly increases the amount of frost that's applied as well as the maximum duration of the beam. So when it's maxed out, you hold down that L1 button and you could do a longer beam attack and it do more damage. So make sure you hold down the button, the L1 button, when you're doing this move, and you get a lot of extra damage, especially when you're doing bosses. The heavy runic attack, the damage is not all the way maxed out, it's around 4, but it's still good. The frost is around 3 and the stun is around 2. You're going for the runic attack that does a lot of damage, so that's why I'm using this build. Great increase the radius and frost status of the initial blast. So when you slam down, I think you tap the R2 button or you hold it down. If I recall, I have to demonstrate that later on and show you guys. But yeah, you hold it down for extra damage. You get the extra damage off it. Moving on to the next weapon here, Blades of Chaos. So the Blades of Chaos is maxed out at level 9. The runic, we get 130 runic from that. It's an element fire weapon, of course. All you guys know that. We're using the deadly obsidian handles. It gives us a strength of 63. We're going for how much strength as possible, guys. You want to get as much strength as possible to do this damage. So let me explain the deadly obsidian handles here real quick. So we get a low luck chance to grant a rage burst on any blade skill. So you happen to kill any enemy, you have a chance. So it's a low luck chance, but you still have a chance to get some rage, increase your rage, because this build is based off your rage bar, and I'll explain that later on. So continue on here. The light runic attack, we're going for the damage. As you can see, the damage all maxed out. We get the burn is not really that maxed out, it's around 3, but that's still good. We have no stun, but that's okay. Increase the damage and burn status effect on every hit. So that's what the basic build does there. You guys can see there, little demonstration there. So heavy runic attack here, we have Atlas Eruption. This is all maxed, but no, not maxed out, sorry, it's at 4, but the burn is maxed out, which is pretty good. Great increases the amount of eruption by mashing R2. So you mash the R2 button a little bit and you're gonna get some extra damage. You want to maximize that damage. You see how he's just slamming the ground there? That's exactly how it gotta look when you're doing this move. So continue here with the next weapon. Draupnir Spear. So the Draupnir Spear, right? We get luck 40, element wind. We get strength of 34 and defense of 29. So it gives us a good bit of strength. Not really too much, right? So let me explain the Hymn of the Four Winds, that attachment here real quick. So the Hymn of the Four Winds attachment adds a constant wheel to the end of Spear 2 combo. That's all it does. But you still get some nice strength from it and some good defense. This is what I'm using for the extra damage, the light runic attack, as you can see, it's all maxed. So the damage is maxed out. Mountain Splitter, maxed out. The force is around 3 and the stun is like 1. So we're going for anything that hits really hard. Maxed out damage. For the heavy runic attack, it's not really maxed out. It's at 4. But that still does a lot of damage. And you could, increase the damage by, you know, hitting that triangle button when you finish all those arrows, you know, getting to explode. Okay, so now I'm moving on here to the shield. I finished with that, sorry, still got more to go. Yeah, so the shield here, this is the shield we're using, the Shattered Star Shield. You could charge up the shield, gives you a defense of 130. Also, we're using that Round of Purification, gives you strength of 34 and defense of 29. The Round of Purification, sorry. Yeah. So when Kratos is affected with frost, burn, poison, or by frost, strike shield, double tap, L1 hits will cleanse and status and deal that element damage to enemies. So basically, when you double tap L1, you cleanse yourself and deal that element, whatever it was. When you see a poison, that will be afflicted on the enemies, whoever you're fighting and stuff. So that's really good. And you get a strength of 34 and defense of 29, as I said before. Spartan Rage. For Spartan Rage, we're going to be using Valor. Press L3 plus R3 to consume a chunk of Spartan Rage and gain a moderate boost of health. Time it right before being hit to negate the incoming attack, gaining an additional boost of health and grant a melee attack bonus. So you're healing yourself and you're getting buff, you know, attack bonus, melee damage. And I'll explain the relics now. So the relic, we're using Hilt of Hofud. Restore space and time by creating a realm shift. The reason why we're using this, I'll explain this with the armor and stuff. There's a reason why. Let me go to the armor here and talk about it. Okay. So, well, it's not really the armor, it's the amulet. It goes with the amulets, but I'll come to that. So for the chest, right, the chest armor, we're using the Fate Breaker Shoulder Guard. It gives us a strength of 68, defense of 54, vitalization of 61, and luck of 20. Raging Aftermath. This is going to be constantly proccing. After returning from rage, get a brief buff to strength, defense, and runic. So every time you use, I'm going to demonstrate it later, you use your rage, you activate Valor. Here's Valor we're using here. So every time you activate Valor, right? Every time you activate Valor, you're going to activate Raging Aftermath. And I'll show you guys how that works just now. So you're activating Raging Aftermath, getting that brief buff of strength for a few seconds. We talk about the wrist armor. Kratos takes reduced damage, and while using Citrus Scorch Arm, it gives you a strength of 94 and vitality of 30. Aggressor's Resolve. Kratos takes reduced damage and has increased stagger resistance during his basic attack and skills. And for the waist armor, gives you using Dragon Scale Girdle, strength of 26, defense of 93, Dragon's Rebuke, increase all shield damage and successful blocks of or parries now deal shield damage to nearby enemies. So your blocks and your parries doing damage also with your shield. That's why I'm using that for this build. You want to go for all the damage as possible. Alright, so let me explain the amulets now. So for the amulets, we're using Jotunheim Essence, which gives us strength of 4, vitality of 4, and luck of 6. Jotunheim's Honor, which gives us 4 defense, 4 vitality, and 6 luck. Jotunheim's Endurance gives us 12 runic and 3 vitality. The reason why we're using that is because we want to get that perk active, which is set bonus increases Kratos' maximum rage based on his vitality. So the more vitality he has, he's going to have increased rage. If I don't have these 3 equipped, right, you want to have as much rage bar as possible for this build, and I'll explain that later on. But this is me having it on here, and let me show you my rage real quick. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I happen to take it off, I have 1 bar less. So we're going for that rage bar, for having more rage as possible for this build. As you can see there, we have 1 bar less. So let me put it back on here real quick. Come on, where is it? Where is it? Right here. This one. Right here. Sorry. This one here. Right. So that's why we're using those 3. These are the enhancements we're using. Jotunheim's Essence, Jotunheim's Honor, and Jotunheim's Endurance. That's why I'm using these 3 for that rage bar. You want to have much rage as possible, as I said before. So the next enchantment we're using here, Emblem of the 9 Realms. That's why I said we needed that other stuff here. Well, let me talk about this first before I move on. Emblem of the 9 Realms Empowered Shift, increased melee damage during realm shifts. So that's why we needed this. The relic, Hilt of Whole Food, restore space and time by creating a realm shift. And you see, they were both working together, increasing our melee damage here during the realm shift, and I'll demonstrate that later on. So Boon of Valor now. Spartan Rage Valor heals less but provides a powerful buff of strength and lifestyle C for a duration. So every time you use Boon of Valor to heal yourself, right, you'll be able to buff your strength, right, every single time, and you'll also be able to, heal less, but you'll be able to steal some, steal some life from your enemies and stuff. So yeah, Crest of Desperate Hurits. When creates health drops to your critical level, grant a short invisible barrier buff. Invisible barrier. So you get an invisible barrier protecting you when your health is very low, and you get a buff to strength and health boost when complete. You get some health back. Regenerating Essence. You get a small constant heal regeneration while you're fighting, and also when you're not fighting, you're out of combat. And you need 60 fit for that. We have 104. I get to see the perk active. That's, and this next healing one here that I'm using, we need 40. We have 104 of it. Very high luck chance to grant a health boost on any successful runic attack kill. So you happen to kill someone with a runic attack, you'll have a very high luck chance to grant some health back. And then we have Stunning Fang. Hitting stun enemies unleashes shockwaves and has a chance to grant a stack of increasing strength and stun damage. So you see what I'm going for? I'm going for strength here, strength buff. This one is strength buff. This one here is healing. This one here is healing. This one here is strength, and we get some protection. And we get some healing also. This one here we get strength and we get some healing. This one here we get that buff from when it, realm shift. So when we use our rage, which I'll demonstrate in a few, actually let me demonstrate it. Let me see my bar real quick. It's not full. Let me refill it here real quick. Alright, if you guys don't know, that's where you fill your bar, your rage bar. If you guys don't know, I'll show you guys here. It's full, as you can see there. Alright, so let me go back here. When you use Valor, there's 2 things you're going to be getting here. You're going to be healing yourself, plus you'll be getting 2 buffs, right? And the 2 buffs are from your armor, which is your chest armor. Returning from rage, get a brief buff to strength defense. You're going to get rage in aftermath. That's 1 buff you're going to get. So your strength increases with rage in aftermath. And with the amulet, you're going to get strength also increasing. You're going to get Valaria's Bloodthirst. This is going to really increase your strength, and you can do a lot of damage. And I'll show you guys the 2 buff here when I use it. So as I said before, you want to have those other enchantments, so have like 5 bars. So let me show you guys. You're gonna see on the left hand side the buffs when I use the thing to heal this is gonna be healing me. Valor's Bloodthirst and Raging Aftermath. We have a count on this. You gotta do a lot of melee attacks. And I'll demonstrate this later on a boss, one of the berserkers, and show you guys. Let me demonstrate it again. See, you get that buff. That little glowing thing on you, that's the buff there. Alright guys, so what I'll do now, I'm gonna go fight a berserker and show you guys. I haven't tried this on Give Me God of War, you know, the hardest mode yet, but I will try it and see if I could pull it off on Give Me God of War. You know, the highest, you know, the hardest version of, the hardest gameplay actually for God of War. So yeah, with that being said guys, let me show you guys this little clip here. You guys see tuned for that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna activate the boss first. Realm Shift, that increased my strength, that Valaris Bloodthirst there. And the Raging Aftermath, after I use my Rage bar there, as you can see there. I heal myself. Using the light runic attack there from the axe, as you can see there. So when you buff yourself by using your Rage bar, you want to go for all the melee attacks as possible. As you can see the countdown of Valor's Bloodthirst and the Raging Aftermath is the countdown. So you want to go for all the damage as possible. I ignored all the other enemies. I just went straight for the boss, the berserker, History of the Bull. Went straight for him to do as much as damage as possible. So I was on him constantly. As you can see there, I just demolish him. I ignored all the damage from the enemies that are surrounding me. I just went straight for the kill, going straight for all that damage. The gift of strength that was activated also from the axe.
It's a symbol of their betrayal, their cruelty personified.
So the berserker was, I just smoked him. As you can see there, I killed him like really super fast with that build. If you guys enjoyed that little build I had, give the video a thumbs up. I'll have more videos on the channel concerning different builds, so make sure to look out for them. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure and do so, that we can see these builds. And if you have friends playing God of War Ragnarok, you could tell them to subscribe to the channel. That way they could see some of these builds. So with that being said guys, you guys take care, blessings guys, and protecting you guys all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys take care. Peace.